all time. As pre-race ceremonies continue, we turn our attention to our Sprint Vision screens and Miss Sprint Cup.
Thanks, guys. Before we kick things off here at Talladega Superspeedway, I wanted to talk to some fans, particularly Dale Earnhardt Jr. fans, and I wanted to see how they would describe Talladega in one word. So, what would you have to say? Earnhardt.
Roll time. Fantastic. Awesome.
I'm not sure about that Roll Tide answer, but since you guys are such good fans,
throw her out of the damn stands. How dare her say that?
Tomorrow. Now, let's check out how some of the Camping World Truck Series drivers describe Talladega.
She's everybody going, get me down from here now.
You bring the trucks to Talladega, put them on this track, and you know to expect the unexpected.
Contestants wide open.
Gut-wrenching. Another sprinting from second out back. The opens.
I don't know if I'm going to breathe for the next 3 days, but it doesn't matter. We're in the we have new winners with us.
Yes.
Speedway. That's Brian Keselowski.
Stacked up down low. Up front, though, Timothy Peters, the man in command off the end of the Alabama Gang Super Truck.
And he has drafting help from Eric Jones and Ben Kennedy as the inside lane continues to advance. Matt Crafton up to the 4th spot. Spencer Gallagher in 5th. Is John West Townley back to the 6th spot side by side with Brian Keselowski.
Outside lane just not working early on this afternoon. Townley falling back to the 6th spot, even further back.
First man in that outside lane remains John West Townley. He runs wheel to wheel now with Keselowski for that number.
And the outside lane continues to back up even more now. It's going to be another Jones to the inside of the racetrack. That is Brandon side by side for 7th with John West Townley to the outside lane. He has drafting help from Daniel Hemrick.
John West Townley now willing to give up yet, although he
drafting help, but maybe not just enough at this point.
Not quite enough here in the early going. John West Townley ducks down, trying to give a little side draft to help his forward advance, but it's not going to work right now. From the back, here's all Timothy Peters.
outside line continues to be led by John West Townley, Daniel Hemrick there. Then you got the Kyle Busch Motorsports teammates and Matt Tipt and Christopher Bell still going outside, breaking out. All the help is downstairs.
And it's currently led by Timothy Peters, has help from Eric Jones, Ben Kennedy, Matt Crafton, Spencer Gallagher, and Brian Keselowski. They're all single file with the side-by-side racing begins from 7th on back.
6-truck lead down the inside of the racetrack. Still top side, John West Townley.
so he won't have to do that now. By the way, Eric Jones, after that issue on pit road, is back in the 21st position. He's got work to do, but he's got 76 laps to get it done.
Here's the field, back into the tri-oval, waiting for the American anthem. Green flag to wave again. Lap number 18 in the Fred's 250 here at Talladega Superspeedway. Green's in the air. And let's get back there.
John West Townley's going to try again to make that high groove work to his benefit. He is side by side with Timothy Peters for the second and third positions, trying to ride it around the outside lane as these Camping World trucks come up to full speed on the Talladega Superspeedway.
What's different this time, though, is John West Townley's got different company at the back door. He's got a very potent Matt Crafton. And right now, they're making hay. They're on the wrong side for second. Here's Townley trying to take a peek for the lead.
Looking for the top spot in the outside lane for John West Townley as Ben Kennedy to his inside leading the way. But it's the outside with the advantage by a half the truck length. John West Townley to the front of the field.
Ben Kennedy all the way at the bottom of the racetrack, flanking him and almost rubbing him is John West Townley. This is John West. Now the question is, will he cross over and drop down to the inside of the racetrack?
The answer is a resounding yes. He bails out of that top line, jumps to the bottom across the nose of the Ben Kennedy machine, and leaves the outside line and leaves the moment in the hands of Matt Crafton.
Now John West Townley will split the difference. Now he'll pull back to the bottom of the racetrack, right in front of Ben Kennedy. Meanwhile, here comes Matt Crafton at full song.
Meanwhile, here comes Tyler Taylor.
Couple of ThorSport Racing teammates in the outside lane, drafting each other, trying to get Matt Crafton to the front of the field. Cameron Haley right there, tucked in behind him, but at the point, all by himself. John West Townley leads.
Back in the field, Eric Jones charging through there, trying to get back to the front. He restarted back in 20.
Trying to keep a foot in the door in the
high
inside lane as Matt Crafton three-wheels it upside in that second groove. Crafton to the lead. He's going to cross over now. Tries to take the air
good on the outside.
Townley machine. Townley now fighting with Cameron Haley.
Now Crafton goes back to the top in front of Haley, back to the bottom. Back to the top in front of Haley, back to the bottom. Trying to play both ends against the middle is race leader Matt Crafton.
He continues to race for the lead all by himself with everybody stacked up side by side behind him. John West Townley to the inside of Cameron Haley. Matt Tiff to the inside of Brandon Jones. And also in that lead pack as well.
Matt Crafton trying to block every lane here at Talladega. That is
He's working his way up.
Battles with John West Townley.
Battles with John West Townley, who's got the bottom of the racetrack. There is a third lane now beginning to materialize back around 12 to 15 place, and it is led by Brian Keselowski.
Problem is for Brian, he's only got one other truck. Everybody is in that double wide formation at the bottom of the racetrack. Up front, here's Crafton. He'll continue to lead side by side from second to the balance of the field.
John West Townley continues to ride in that second spot and now will clear Cameron Haley. The inside lane begins to advance just a bit. Cameron Haley leads the outside lane, backslides to the fourth spot.
A lot of movement going on back in the pack, but at the front, it's still Matt Crafton doing all he can to hang on to the top spot, trying the front.
Racetrack feeling down pit road. Johnny Sauer will stop in his box. They're going to head two tires on the racetrack, take a tear off as well as fuel. Tyler Reddick is saying he is quite on the radio. Love this tour. They're going to put in two tires on that machine and bring it down. Tires will fuel as well. That car running a little bit hot.
Yeah, do it.
Racetrack is perfect though. Once he tucks out, they're
racing out front, this time in turn 3, but Matt Crafton trying to keep that momentum wound up in the outside lane. Still locked up side by side at the front of the field. Road number 2, Johnny Sauter to the inside of Eric Jones.
Interesting, just like the restart, Jeff, a few moments ago, half the field lined up behind the leaders.
That outside lane begins to rumble. Crafton to the lead. Will he drop down in front of Timothy Peters or keep it high, wide, and handsome, Dave Mooney?
Once again, he elects to keep it up high, Jeff, and he may regret that decision because here comes Timothy Peters. That's the bottom, rushing up from Johnny Sauter.
Johnny Sauter is giving Timothy Peters all he can stand.
And also trying to make some ground up before a brake light pit stop. So that was a good move by Matt Crafton. Unfortunately, gave up the lead, but at least he still has a truck for racing.
He has got some work to do because he is third in series points. Around lap 77. It's Eric Jones, Dave Mooney at the front of the field.
Single file back there about the top 9 or 10 positions. Eric Jones, Brian Keselowski, Timothy Peters, Johnny Sauter, the top 4.
Leaders come to the Alabama Gang Super Stretch, and those in single file formation opting to run at the bottom of the racetrack. First truck out of line, top side, Tyler Reddick. He'll race side by side with Spencer Gallagher.
Tyler Reddick in about that 10th position, nose to nose with Gallagher for that spot. Cameron Haley is in that pack of traffic as well, along with Chris Fontaine, but top 9 trucks all single file led by Eric Jones.
They work back into the triangle, led by Eric Jones, an outside lane only consisting of Mickey. On the top side of the racetrack, they're picking up no ground at all.
Tyler Reddick is the first man in that second lane. He's got Cameron Haley there with him. The Ray Black machine as well. 3 wide on the outside. Crafton trying to get somebody to go with him.
And he does get help because Cameron Haley, his teammate, jumps up in front of him in line to the outside of the racetrack. Now Crafton will follow Haley, who's following Tyler Reddick. Now Crafton gets forced 3 wide in 3.
Still well outside of the top 15 is Matt Crafton and continuing to lose spots. Tyler Young goes to the inside along with Mason Minnies as the race leaders come on through.
Eric Jones peels off the racetrack. He was the race leader. He will give that up now. Timothy Peters.
He'll bring it in to wipe off the grill. It looks like fuel only for Johnny Sauter. And then down further, Mason Mingus, he'll take, looks like 2 tires, fuel. Brandon Jones will move all the way up to the 5th spot. Alex?
Eric Jones is in. They're going to change right side tires. In fact, it's a 4-tire change. Looks like it'll be right side double they might want to be teamed up with as far as drafting race.
Well, you know, there have been drivers that have gone to victory lane numerous times over their careers, and maybe they wouldn't be quite as aggressive as what someone else might be.
It'll be
How about
4 at the
Brian
green.
Keselowski? First start. You don't think Brandon Jones wants to take that truck to victory lane? How about Spencer Gallagher? Could
Come on,
this
guys.
be his day for his first career win? To get back to Christopher Bell, who would love to win on pavement. He didn't win on dirt. You got Eric Jones, Timothy Peters. Find out. Here comes the field. Brian Keselowski, Brandon Jones, Spencer Gallagher.
Brandon Jones with the advantage by about a fender. Keselowski huddled up on the line.
this one. Oh, heck. Broke loose. A bump draft went bad over here on the back straightaway.
Caution flag out here at the Talladega Superspeedway for only the 5th time. We talked about how clean it had been. Not anymore, Mike Bagley.
Well, this is when push comes to shove, and there's a whole lot of shoving coming up the back straightaway.
The red flag is up. NASCAR official jumps in the middle. I'm going to tell some hands off, boys. But right now, just a lot of damage on this truck. A bad day gone worse for Matt Crafton.
Can't imagine the frustration that Matt Crafton must feel. He will leave here as the driver that led the most laps. It means nothing in Talladega. Not only has it been a bad day for Matt Crafton, it is also...
You see, now the truck now continues to slow as he works his way through the banking. Turn number 4 will restart this one at the tail end of the field for Brian Keselowski, but well off the pace of the pace car and the race leaders behind the pace car, or pace truck rather. That truck nearly has come to a stop now at the bottom of the banking, just at the bottom of turn number 4.
I have no idea.
Brian Keselowski ran out of gas. He's on the caution. Sound like it's on the track.
That's all you can say. It would be a first for Brian, who is making his first start. Great run. Coming up short. We'll find out what the reason is here shortly. It's what we call heart rate line lighting. Yeah, it is. Back to back here with Timothy Peters and Eric Jones trying to take Kyle Busch to victory lane. Then you've got Cameron Haley and John West Townley. We've also got a green-white checker finish here at the Talladega Superspeedway. The American Ethanol green flag is in the air.
Brandon Jones' worst enemy is now being helped by his teammate. Spencer Gallagher gave Peters a pretty good shove. Timothy Peters around the outside to take the lead. Now the teammates pull down for second. Spencer Gallagher with help from John West Townley.
Oh, Spencer Gallagher gets down, and they crash John West Townley to the outside wall. Gallagher and Townley make hard contact as the field races past them back to turn 3.
Here they come into turn 3. Brandon Jones back to